Hi and welcome to this tutorial video from Dynamic. My name is Marco and in this video I will show you how to work with load scenarios in the Dynamic LoadGen suite. So let's get started. In the main console of the LoadGen director, one of the modules will give you access to the load scenario for your performance test. A load scenario defines how Dynamic LoadGen builds up the load on your server during a test. A scenario consists of one or more phases in which you configure how many users are logged on simultaneously and how much time there is between these logon moments. So, let's open the module and start with a basic scenario. By default, Dynamic LoadGen creates a scenario for you when you first open this module. It consists of a single phase with one user. Let's change the number of users in this first phase to 10. You see that this change automatically updates the visual presentation of the load scenario. Let's now change the number of simultaneous logon commands to 2. A scenario can contain more than one phase. Let's add a new phase to this scenario. A user phase is a phase that logs users on. An idle phase is a waiting phase in which Dynamic LoadGen does not launch any sessions. Let's add an idle phase first, followed by a user phase. Let's set its duration property to 2 minutes. By default, Dynamic LoadGen will set the user count of a new user phase to fill up to the limit of your license. You can change the user count of this new phase by editing the user count in its properties. The phase ending property of a phase is a list of events. The phase is considered finished if each user in this phase has hit one or more of these events. By default, the list of events consists of these 4: on-user disconnected, on-user logon failed, on-script successful, and on-script failed. If you do not include any wait events for a phase, LoadGen will continue with the next phase after all users have been logged on. Please note that if the last phase in your scenario does not have any wait events, LoadGen will consider the test finished after the last user in this phase has been logged on. Now, let's take a look at the scenario properties. By default, Dynamic LoadGen will check a new scenario's randomize property. This randomizes the user list from your load profile before any users are logged on. If you uncheck this, the users will be logged on in the order as they appear in your load profile. Let's keep this property checked. This set of properties is read-only and provides you with some summary information on the scenario, such as total user count and total duration of the logon process. The other properties I want to show you are the properties for the duration of a test. If you want a test to run for a particular number of minutes or hours, this is where you configure that. If you check the option to set the duration, simply choose how long a test must run, how the test users will be instructed to terminate their session, and from which point the duration must be measured. In this configuration, Dynamic LoadGen will ask all the logged on users to log off 60 minutes after the start of the test. If you choose per session as a duration type, each session will last 60 minutes before logging off. In this case, the test will run for 60 more minutes after the last user has logged on. So, this covers the basics of creating a load scenario in Dynamic LoadGen to configure how load will be built up during your test. In the next video, I will show you how to work with custom actions on scenario and phase events.